Have you ever been there? You're completely drowning in work, just totally overwhelmed, and you know help is right there, but you just can't ask for it? You might tell yourself, oh, I'm just really independent, but deep down, you know the feeling is way, way bigger than that. Well, today, we're going to dive into the psychology behind that feeling. It has a name, hyperindependence. So let's start with the feeling itself, right? That unspoken struggle. Because this isn't just about liking to do things on your own. Nope. This is a deep, gut-level resistance to asking for help. And believe me, it is so much more common than you think. And let's just sit with that for a second. Does it feel physically impossible? I mean, not just awkward or a little embarrassing, but like there's an actual invisible wall that stops you from reaching out? If that's hitting home for you, I really want you to know you're not alone in this. Not at all. And this quote, this right here gets to the heart of it. Your brain isn't flagging asking for help as awkward. It's flagging it as dangerous. And that's not an exaggeration. It's a genuine survival response, plain and simple. Understanding that one piece of the puzzle changes everything. Okay, so if it's not some weird personality quirk, then what is it? Well, it turns out this really old survival skill actually has a name. And, sometimes just being able to put a name to something is the very first step in taking away its power.
And here we are, hyperindependence. Now, the most important word on this screen is adaptation. This is not a personality trait, it's not a flaw, it's something you learned. It was a completely logical and smart adaptation to an environment where, let's face it, reliable support just wasn't on the menu.
See, back in those key moments when help just didn't show up, your brain was paying attention. It wasn't just forgetting about it, it was taking detailed notes, and it learned a really powerful lesson designed to protect you from getting hurt like that ever again. And this becomes the core software, the operating system. I can only rely on myself. It's a powerful protective belief that's basically a shield against disappointment. Your brain sees asking for help as a huge risk, so it defaults to the one person it knows for sure will always be there, you. So, how does that wiring actually get installed? Let's dig into some of the most common ways this intense self-reliance gets built into us. And as we go through these, you might just start to see parts of your own story popping up. So here are 6 of the main pathways that lead to this kind of fierce self-reliance. You might see yourself in one of them, or maybe a little bit in all of them. Let's start at the top with managing emotions all by yourself. Okay, so this is a classic. If you had to be your own comfort when you were a kid, if you had to self-soothe and figure it out alone, you got really, really good at it. So now, as an adult, people probably look at you and think, wow, they're so calm under pressure. But you know the truth. That calm wasn't a choice. It was a skill forged out of necessity because no one else was coming. Oh man, this one is huge, the easy child paradox. If your home was already filled with stress, money problems, fighting, whatever it was, you learned really fast. Don't add to the pile. So you became the easy kid. The problem is you grow up believing that your needs are a burden and that your entire value comes from being low maintenance.
How about this one? Did you grow up feeling like love had to be earned? Like you got praise for good grades or for helping out, but not just for being you? Well, if that's the case, your brain learned that support always has strings attached. There's a price tag. So now when someone offers you help with no strings, it feels weird. It feels suspicious, like a debt. And it's just safer to say, no thanks, I got it. This path is pretty straightforward. It's about learning to expect to be let down. If, as a kid, your needs were just consistently overlooked, you learned a really painful lesson. It's better not to have needs at all, or at least don't show them. As an adult, the logic is kind of brutal but simple. Why would I risk that sting of disappointment again? It hurts way less to just struggle alone than to ask and be ignored.
Let's just be super clear here. At its heart, hyperindependence is a shield. It's a fortress you've built around yourself. Because think about it. If you do everything yourself, if you don't rely on anyone for anything, then nobody has the power to destroy you by leaving or letting you down. To everyone else, it looks like incredible confidence, but on the inside, it's all about controlling risk. And finally, our last one. Are you the person that everyone calls when they have a problem? The fixer? The one who's always there for others, but you never ever make that call yourself? This usually comes from a really deep belief that your value is tied to your usefulness. And the terror is, if you ever ask for help, if you stop being useful for even a second, the love and connection will just vanish. Okay, I know. Walking through all of that can be a lot. It can feel pretty heavy. But we had to do it to get to this next part because this is where we get to make a pivot. We're going to stop looking at this as just a shield and start to reframe it as a really unique kind of strength. I really need you to hear this. Let this sink in. If you've spent your life thinking you're difficult or broken or too much because you can't just easily ask for help, let that go. You are not broken. You are wired for survival. It's a testament to your own resilience. And think about it for a second. That ability to rely only on yourself, to push through things most people couldn't imagine facing alone, that's a superpower. It truly is. It was the exact tool you needed to get through whatever you went through. It served a purpose, a critical one, and it's what got you here. And this is the invitation. This is the turning point. You can honor that skill. You can thank it for keeping you safe. And you can also gently recognize that the battle it was designed for might be over. That shield is heavy, and maybe, just maybe, you don't have to carry it all the time anymore. And this, right here, is what it all comes down to. Your worth is not measured by your productivity. It's not about how much you can do for others or how little you need. Your worth is inherent. You are worthy of help and care and support simply because you're you. And learning how to let a little bit of that in, that might just be the bravest thing you ever do.